What's up, guys? How you guys doing? We're back with another one. It's gonna be a good one. Real quick, I want you guys to know that you can go to the website www.warriorscollectionbrand.com and get yourself some shirts, coffee, tea, or just check out the store, sign up for the email, and join our newsletter. Join the community of warriors as we grow this thing. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're subscribed to whatever podcast platform you listen to. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever else is out there. Make sure you're subscribed, and it helps the show grow. It helps the show to grow when we have those subscribers, and it's a good thing to do. Why not do it? So before we go ahead, let's just go ahead and jump into the show. Let's jump into the show. Welcome back to the Warriors Vision, the podcast. I'm your host, Brian Sells. How you guys doing? It is a gloomy day today. I don't know when this this episode will be available, but today, this day is a gloomy day. This is the second day without the sun. The second day without the sun. I can feel it. No vitamin D, no warmth from the sun. It definitely takes a toll on those that need that vitamin D to balance out their moods, and gives them the reason, or motivates and energizes them to do things. Today I already feel kind of moody. Yes, I need the sun. The sun makes me feel good. It does something. It does a lot of things, a lot of benefits from getting the vitamin D from the sun. So make sure when, spring and summer comes back, or even, during the days of winter and fall, when the sun is out, make sure you're out at least by the window, or at least on your porch, wherever you can be. Get some of that sunlight, because it helps. It brightens the mood. It does it does a lot of things. I'm not gonna say it does something. It does a lot of things. So make sure you go and soak up that sunlight. As you see there, episode 9. Is that clear? I think that's clear. I think you can see that. Yeah. Are you lonely? I need to do something with the colors. I need to change up the colors a little bit. I see my bag back there. I can't wait to change up my whole setup. It's whenever, soon. Soon. We'll be able to change up this setup and get it looking a little bit more professional. Like we know what we're doing around here. You know what I'm saying? Get it a little bit more professional and clean up the camera view, and get it looking real good. But anyway, as you see there, Are You Lonely? Episode 9. Moving right along, Are you lonely? This is a good one, because again, I'm diving, I'm opening up and being transparent to you guys, so in hopes that it can help you or help someone that that you can play this for, and they can find something of use, so they can be better. Lonely is a funny word, and I think we use it so much that we forget what it actually means. I know my son. Tell you a story about my son. My son, he told me he doesn't like homeschooling because he's lonely. And I was like, I sat there for a little bit. I listened, and he's not being homeschooled right now. 2020 it shut down a lot of things. Kids weren't allowed to go to school until they, to the districts and the states figure out what they was going to do or whatever. So we did the homeschooling, and we was in a whole new state in Virginia, and we was doing homeschooling. And this year, we moved to Alabama. We're in Alabama now, and he's going to school. He's going to school. The homeschooling program put him far ahead. He's doing very well in school. But talking to the teachers or talking to a teacher, and I have some concerns about the curriculum and what he's learning and what they're not teaching or whatever. So, I'm juggling the thought of doing the homeschooling again, especially if they come out with mandates for children. But anyway, he said he doesn't like it because he's lonely. And he's lonely because he won't have anyone that he can talk to about, what kids talk about. He has a very creative imagination. So when he tells us this stuff, he's telling us these stories and his ideas of things. We're listening. We are actively listening, paying attention, and but he wants feedback, and it's hard. you know, it's hard. It's hard to give him feedback. It's hard to really entertain and jump into his imagination and just let it take you away, because I'm an adult. I have I have responsibilities. I have real things I have to think about. I have real things I have to worry about. Well, not really worry about, but I'm an adult, and my mind is different. My mindset is different. The way I operate and think is totally different from him, which is normal because again, I'm an adult and he is the child, and he's growing and he's learning. So on that aspect, he's lonely because he doesn't have anyone that he can talk to. Um, you try to talk to or try to have him play the game. He plays the game and you know have his little communications that way. But other than that, there's no there's no real interaction with students or other kids unless he's in school. So with that being said, we were sitting around the dinner table and we was talking about it, and I gave him some background, some opened up to him and told him about my past and how I didn't want to be lonely, and how I allowed me not wanting to be lonely. Me, I kept people in my space that was either creating a toxic environment for me, or I was allowing them to make me so miserable that I was turning bitter, angry, and very revengeful, because one, they didn't want to be the people that I was around, and I'm gonna say relationships. I was trying to keep them because I had them, and they didn't really want to be there. So I was doing everything I could to keep them, and they didn't want to be there, and I didn't want them to go because I didn't want to be lonely. So this whole time, I'm going through these toxic relationships, and I'm taking all this nonsense, and then I'm turning evil. I'm literally, getting bitter by the moment, looking at them out, looking at them funny. My mood is changing, and all because of loneliness. I didn't want to be lonely, and that's a very dangerous thing. I'm learning that we tend to keep people around who we know should not be around. We tend to chase groups of people just so we can be like, I'm in this crowd, or I'm with this person, even though we know that person is not worth two dead flies smashed. We keep chasing these people and these individuals and these groups of people just so we can say, yes, this is who I hang out with. Just so I can say that, yeah, I have friends, or I have comrades, or whatever the case may be. And all we're doing is losing pieces of ourselves. All we're doing is losing ourselves, just trying to, because we're trying to accommodate, trying to fit in, trying to associate with these individuals because we don't want to be lonely. It's a very dangerous road to go down, chasing people because you want to fill your space. You want to fill your space with people who don't deserve your space. As time went on, as I got older, I was still trying to fill my space. I got married. That didn't work out well, and I was still trying to chase that, and it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to work out, and it made me bitter. It made me look at women differently. I got married again, filled my space with nonsense, and it was just chaotic. And at the time, I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know what made me happy. I didn't know because I was trying to please the people that I wanted to stay in my space. Meanwhile, I was just doing all types of things because I was angry, bitter. There's so many connecting pieces, so many branching pieces that I could speak on because of I didn't want to be lonely, you know, feeling accepted, feeling like they didn't want to be around me. So I was trying to get it, trying to get them to accept me, trying to get them to be, yes, we want to be here, but that wasn't the case. It's a dangerous road, folks. It's a dangerous road to try to chase and accommodate other people just to fill your space. Just to fill your space, just to say, yes, I have someone. Just to say that you're in the in crowd. It's not good. I would say that it's very important to know who you are so that you're not chasing individuals. You're not having people that should not be in your space. Because if you don't know who you are and you're in these groups, you're losing pieces of yourself. You're losing pieces of yourself. Over time, I learned how to be able to sit in a room. Well, actually, I was forced to because I had lost everything. Over time, during that time, I learned how to sit in the room with my own thoughts in quiet and battle myself. Whatever the mental game was going on, I had to figure it out. I had to battle it. And after those dark clouds went, I started learning what I needed to do. I started growing. And having that time to yourself is good because that's the time for you to grow. You don't have to constantly crowd your space. You can't grow if your space is crowded. You can't grow if you have a person here, and you're trying to accommodate this person. You just to keep them in. No. You can't grow that way. You need space so you can grow and figure out who you are. Yes, we get lonely sometimes. Yes, we get lonely. But are you really lonely? Are you really lonely? Or are you just needing someone to, just talk to or whatever? I know when I would talk to my mom, she'd be like, "You're not alone. God is there. God is there. Talk to God." And she's right. Because if I would have had someone come in and fill that void that I was, that lonely void, I would be repeating the same cycle over again. Because one, I wasn't ready. I didn't know who I was, what I wanted, what made me happy, what made me tick, my triggers. I didn't know any of that. All I know is that I didn't want to be alone. So I was trying to please other people and fill my space because of I didn't want to be alone. I was lonely. There is some lonely people out there that have nothing. They don't have a family, they don't have a mother or dad, brothers, sisters, or anything like that. They don't have no one that they can talk to. Those people, to a point, they are lonely. I would say this: God is there. If you don't believe in God, you better start believing in something. And the best thing to believe in is God, and start talking to him. Is he's waiting on you to figure out what you need in your life. We feel like we need individuals and people, and we don't. I mean, we're here to be together, but we need the right individuals and the right people surrounding us. Too often we get surrounded by poisonous, toxic individuals who are their only purpose is to pull you down, to stop your growth, to shut everything down in your life. That's their only purpose. And we have to recognize that. We have to be like, oh, I can do bad all by myself. I don't need you to help me do bad. I can do bad by myself. We need to recognize that. We need to be able to let me cut that loose. That's cancerous. Let me get that out of the way. We need to be able to recognize that. So I pose this question again. Are you lonely? Do you need time to figure out who you are? Do you need time so you can grow your roots? So you can sprout and figure out what you like to do? What makes you tick? What's your standards? Do you have a standard? What type of individuals do you want around you? What's your mindset? Do you know these things? Because if you don't know these things, then you're not lonely. You need to be growing. You need some time so you can grow. You need some time so that you can grow. So, folks, I don't like the word lonely because of the nonsense that I put myself through and the nonsense that I put other people through. All because I didn't want to be alone. I chased and kept people around, and I knew they shouldn't be around. But I kept them around, and all I did was make the situation worse and worse. Made myself bitter, angrier, just bad and bad, just so bad because I didn't want to be alone. Remember, you can do bad all by yourself. You don't need others to bring you down. I don't want you to do bad. Let me make sure that's clear. I don't want you to do bad. I don't want you to, go out here and just be uncivilized. I don't want that. I definitely want you to figure out who you are. Become strong. Become a person that can stand on their own 2 feet. And I tell my son that because he's shown instances where he will allow people to badmouth him, talk bad about him, misuse him and all of that. And he'll give them chances after chances. And he'll come and, be upset about it over and over again. And then he'll like, I'm going to give them one more chance. He's given 20 chances to these individuals that are just bad mouthing him constantly. But because he does that because he doesn't want to be alone. He wants to be a part of the group. He wants to have associations. Don't do that, folks. Don't let your kids do that. Don't push them to have friends that you know are bad for them just so they can say they have friends. Your job as a parent is to protect them. Show them the way. Because this behavior right here is learned and it just progresses. He gets into high school. He's doing the same thing, chasing bad people just to cloud his space, just to be in the in crowd. And we all know the in crowd is usually a bad crowd, right? We know this. So then it progresses from high school to college. Or maybe, let's say he doesn't go to college. He's a young adult in these groups. He's not a child no more. He's within the law. It's our job to see these things and spot it and stop it. Turn it into a teaching moment and let them know, hey, sometimes it's okay to be by yourself. It's not a bad thing. It's better to be by yourself than allow someone to run you down. It's better to be by yourself than allow someone to use you. It's better to be by yourself than allow someone to dry you up. We should be teaching this. We should be telling them these things. And for the grown-ups out there, you know exactly what I'm saying. Some of us have been in relationships where we have been just beat down. Some of us have been in relationships where we were the ones beating people down because of whatever. Like me, I didn't want to be alone, so it was. One day we'll get into all of that. You know, if you need some more, we'll get into all of that. Season 3, I did a couple episodes. Like I said, go back and listen to season 3. All the new subscribers or all the new listeners, check out season 3. You know, if you're questioning who I am, but we'll definitely revisit some of those things, and we're here to help each other. We're here to help each other. So I hope this episode was insightful. I hope that you got something from it. I hope that the word lonely now does not make you feel like I need to grab on to someone. I hope that word lonely now makes you understand that, hey, I need to do what's best for me. I need to know who I am. I need to, figure out my strengths and my weakness. I need to know these things. What am I okay with? What am I not okay with? Because when we start crowding our spaces, we tend to, gravitate to what everyone else is doing. Because we don't really know what we're doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, be better. We know better. We should do better. So, folks, that is are you lonely? I hope you're able to answer that question and you're able to come up with a honest answer and you're able to honestly fix whatever situation that you're in. I hope that's the case. Look yourself in the mirror and identify the issues. Are you crowding your space with people just so you're not lonely? Are you crowding your space and you can't grow? Are they keeping you from growing? Are they sucking up everything around you so that you can't grow? If the answers to those things are yes, 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 you need to do some evaluation. You need to do some evaluation. Looking at my head. All right, so let's jump into the contacts. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave a comment. Let me know how you felt about this episode, whether it's good or bad. I like to engage. I don't get emotional about people disagreeing with whatever I'm saying. Again, this is what I'm telling you is based off the things I've done, the things that I've went through, the things that I've put people through, and lessons learned. So, you know, let me know how you feel. Let me know if you can relate. Drop it in the comments, or shoot me a DM on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at SeeThroughIt1. Facebook.com/Warriors Collection Network. Give that page a thumbs up. Let's grow that number. Let's grow those numbers on there. Follow me on Instagram. I know I have not been very active on Instagram, but people keep telling me to keep these apps open. So I have them open. Hopefully I can find some motivation to to do some more posting on those Instagram apps or those Instagram pages that I actually run. Follow me at Brian Sales. Also follow the brand at Warriors_Collection_. Email me. You can email me. If you don't want to put your comment out there, you can email me. Emails are open. I read my emails. seethroughitpodcast@gmail.com. And you're like, what is See Through It Podcast? Well, we did a whole rebranding thing and we changed everything, and bam, here we are, Warriors Vision. See Through It. We was learning how to see through nonsense. We was learning how to ignore our emotions and our feelings about things and actually looking at the truth. And now we're warriors, using our Warriors Vision to point out a situation and find ways to correct it or make things better. Warrior. If you'd like to donate to the show, paypal.me/Warriors Collection. Checking this out on the audio side, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. You can listen on Anchor.fm, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Audible, Overcast, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, and Breaker. Thank you to my supporters, the mastermind groups that I have out there, Justice Avengers, Tori, the amazing Tori Slaughter from Our Given Purpose. Thank you. Papa White for his monetary contributions to the show, and wise counseling, or wise advice, I should say. He's been a very good friend to the show and me. So thank you again. Again, if you'd like to donate to the show, there it is right there. PayPal.me/Warriors Collection. If not, just keep watching, keep listening, keep sharing, keep retweeting, keep hearting, whatever app allows you to do to, show that you see and you like, or whatever the case may be. Hit it, do it, make it happen, Captain. Folks, again, I hope this message was insightful, useful, and share it with someone. All right. So with that being said, this is the Warriors Vision, the podcast, and I'm Brian Sills, your host, aka the Warrior, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.